Hello guys, I am back from another review and today we're talking about what if Deku was the ultimate hybrid. So in the last video Deku, well, after the whole incident in the, USJ, they started going to the UA dorms where Izuku met everybody again. During, the stay, Izuku had to get groceries and also make dinner for everybody. But during finding some ingredients, Izuku saw Monoma being harassed by this guy, which he was half vampire, half nymph. Basically, he basically wants to make Monoma, and if you don't know, Monoma is a girl in this what if. He wants to make Monoma his. So he created this weird looking knife, glowing knife in fact, which every time when he stabs a person or slices a person with this knife, first person that the person sees, the victim, they basically fall in love with them. So when Izuku defeats him, he basically runs away. But the knife basically grazes her in the cheek. And when she looked at Izuku, she turned into a yandere, like a complete yandere. Even though, Toga's technically a yandere, Monoma is a complete yandere, so yeah, she's like doing the whole weird looking eyes thing. She starts getting hearts for eyes, like that. And Izuku basically escapes because he's not dealing with that. So yeah, so let's talk about what happens next. So when they get back to school, apparently Aizawa told them that they're going to be doing soon a sports festival. So everybody has to train for the sports festival because after that incident, well they're pretty much traumatized after that incident. But they're gonna be having a few days off for training for the sports festival. So Izuku leaves class as everybody starts training, including Izuku. Which his Izuku's training is pretty much pretty intense. So yeah, so it's finally the day of the sports festival where everybody's basically excited, including Izuku, which Izuku can't wait to finally show everybody what he can truly do, especially because he is a Hades, and because of that, Izuku has to show that he's a Hades, that he's willing to basically take up the mantle. So wait for a second, guys. So one of the teachers being Midnight, and Midnight in this world she's a succubus, and if you don't know what our succubus is, you better search up some mythology because I'm not going to say it right here because I said that I'm not going to do any swear words in this channel anymore because thanks to the YouTube algorithm I don't get that much subscribers because of my swearing. So yeah, wait for a second, guys. So Izuku goes up as Izuku says, alright, I know that you're all afraid about the Eden project group, but don't worry, us gods, or at least gods in training, will try and stop them. There's no need to be afraid, and we will defeat them together. As everybody starts celebrating, including Monoma, because she's now a yandere, so she's saying, that's my sweetheart." As everybody starts looking at Monoma and then looks at Izuku, as Izuku says, don't know what you're talking about. As Izuku goes down, well, well, Mina, as in Mina, I meant, wait for. Mina says, "Ooh, I like this." As Izuku says, "Shut up, Mina. Even though you're the goddess of love, or at least soon to become goddess of love, it doesn't mean that I like her. Besides, that was just Thanks. So, the first event was, well, the obstacle race, where everybody has to, well, try and not be in last place. So, when midnight says 3, 2, 1, go, everybody starts going at full speed, including Izuku, which he summons out his, fallen angel wings to basically start flying through the sky. So, Izuku sees down below everybody fighting, zero-pointer golems. So, the zero-point golems start beating down on everybody, but for Bakugo, she starts using her, because she's the daughter of, wait for a second. Because she's, the daughter of Anat, being a goddess of war and fertility, she's able to basically punch down on them. And for Todoroki, because she's the daughter of, a fire and ice giant, she's able to tons and tons of ice and fire. But not only that, because, she's adopted by a Valkyrie, she's able to wield any type of weapon. She starts creating a spear made out of ice and a shield made out of fire. So she starts taking down everybody. Even though that's more Greek-ish, just ignore it. Anyway, for Monoma, she starts transforming into tons and tons of bats. And for Toga, she starts, transforming into her, nine-tailed form, which she starts, shooting out blue fire, or magical fire if you want to call it that, I guess. So, Izuku starts going into, instead of minefield is more like how do I say it? It's, runes. These runes, if you basically step on these, special runes, they basically cause a random spell. Like for example, if you step on one of these, runes, you start becoming, drunk. Or for another one, you start hallucinating. Like that. So, Izuku basically starts flying over them as Izuku became first place. So, yeah, the rest of the people, as in people, I mean the rest of these, gods in training or monsters in training, basically, did it much easily. So, yeah. So, wait for a second, guys, again. So, the next, event is the, what do you call it again? The next one is called the Cavalry Battle, which everybody's basically excited. But for Izuku, he's basically terrified. Because of, Monoma. When Monoma sees Izuku, she says, Izuku! As Izuku says, oh, dang it. Izuku starts running away as Izuku bumps into, Toga. As she says, hey Izuku, can I join your team? Izuku says, yeah. So, she joins Izuku's team as when Monoma arrives, she says, can I join your team, Izuku? As Izuku says, sure. As when, Toga looks at, Monoma, she says, what are you doing, you damn... I'm not going to say it, you damn female dog. As she says, I'm going to become Izuku's, soon to become wife. As she says, oh, don't you dare. So, the next team member is, it's a certain girl. And that girl is... Wait for a second, it's Bakugo. As she says, don't think of it as like anything like that. I'm only doing it because I'm a gracious god after all. So you better be thankful. Izuku says, fine. So, Izuku is, in the bottom. For Bakugo, she's on top. As she says, alright, let's do this, I guess. So, the match started as everybody starts charging in at Izuku because he has the tons and tons of points. So, Izuku tells, Monoba to start transforming into tons and tons of bats. They basically try and distract everybody. So, she starts trying to tons and tons of bats as she starts distracting everybody for, Toga's, thing. She's supposed to, create tons and tons of fire to basically block off any, any type of, people to basically, from not trying to get, well, I meant Bakugo's, headband. So, after that strategy, or at least the whole, event was, finished, the next event was the one-on-one battle. So, yeah, wait for a second, guys. So, the one-on-one battles basically is going to contain, some fights. As in some, I mean, some of these fights are going to be all about, two different, opponents that are going to be fighting in a round. Whoever, um, gets knocked down, they basically become the loser. The first one that basically gets, well, many wins, they become the winner of the sports festival. So, Izuku is basically, changing all of his clothes to his, well, his half-blood high, well, um, what do you call it again? PE uniform, I meant. Sorry about that. So, Izuku was going to be fighting first. Well, a guy by the name of Shinso, and apparently, he's the son of Hypnos. Basically, he's a god of, sleep. But not only that, because, if you don't know, Hypnos also means, hypnosis. I'm going to make him also a god of the mind. Because that's a little bit of a tweak, I guess. So, yeah. So, Izuku was first to fight. As Izuku sees, Shinso. Shinso, he's in a sleeping position. He's pretty much asleep. As Izuku says to himself, this will be easy. At least he's sleeping. As Midnight says, 3, 2, 1, go! As Izuku starts charging in. As Izuku gets closer to, Shinso, Izuku starts feeling a little bit sleepy. Izuku says, what is this? Why do I feel kind of sleepy? As Izuku realizes that that's his power. Izuku says, dang it. Izuku brings out his bow as Izuku shoots, right in the stomach, but not to the point that is where it's going to basically, kill him up. As he says, what in the... As he basically falls down, as in fall down, he basically falls down into, falls out of the ring. As Midnight says, Izuku Midoriya, I meant Izuku Hades wins. So, yeah. So, the first battle was won by Izuku, as it's the next battle between, Izuku versus, wait for a second. So, Izuku's going to be fighting, Ida. And if you don't know, Ida is going to be a centaur. So, the next battle is begun as Izuku sees, Ida. As Ida says, are you ready, Izuku? And Izuku says, born ready. As Midnight says, 3, 2, 1, go! As, Ida starts running in at full speed with his, spear. As Izuku dodges it, as Izuku brings out his, vampire whip sword, as he starts, slicing a bit of, Ida, causing tons and tons of scars. As he says, dang it. As he says, take this, as he starts ramming into, Izuku. As Izuku says, seriously? Take this. As Izuku brings out his werewolf axe, as Izuku plunges it into the ground, as sparks of darkness start appearing, as the ground shakes, as he sees tons of dark wolves start appearing, as it starts dragging him into the arena, and he basically loses, as Izuku was the winner. So yeah, finally, here is the last battle between Izuku versus Bakugo. So yeah, wait for a second, guys. So Izuku starts going up into the arena as Izuku sees Bakugo, as Bakugo says, "Can't wait to beat you, nerd. I'm gonna show everybody that I am the true god. I'm gonna show everybody that I'm going to beat you, a Hades." As wait for a second, guys. As everybody says, three. As Midnight says, two. As Izuku and everybody else, including Bako, says, one. As Midnight says, go. As everybody starts screaming, as Izuku and Bako start charging at each other. But before they can basically attack each other, wait for a second, guy. They basically see, a portal appear. As they see, the Eden Gates Project group. The Eden Group Project. I meant the Eden Group. As they started charging in at Izuku and the rest of the, civilians in the arena. As one of them being, a man with, with a golden mask, and also has, black tentacles for hair, as he says, "So, you're Izuku Hades. Now, give me your soul." As this is going to be the end of this episode, because, I'm gonna leave this at a cliffhanger, because, I want to see all of you guys, all of your guys' reaction for the next episode of What If Deku Was the Ultimate Hybrid. So, yeah. So, I hope you liked the video. Comment and subscribe, and I hope to see you guys next time. Bye-bye!